I wanted to know what would happen if I lived like a Navy SEAL, not by guessing, not by reading books, but by asking an AI to simulate it down to the hour. I gave ChatGPT a simple but intense prompt. Design a 7-day life structure based on the physical discipline, mental toughness, and mission focus of a Navy SEAL. Make it brutally realistic, but possible for a civilian. The response was terrifying. It wasn't just about waking up early or doing push-ups. It was about training my mind to operate under controlled stress, about stripping comfort out of the day, about weaponizing routine, attention, and grit. Day 1 started with a 4:30 a.m. alarm. No snooze allowed. I had 60 seconds to be out of bed, not metaphorically, literally. The AI called it battlefield wake-up. Train your body to obey instantly. I hated it, but I obeyed. At 4:32, I was in cold water. Not a shower, a full ice bath for 3 minutes. The AI said cold exposure was non-negotiable, builds grit, shocks the system, teaches breath control. My hands went numb. My thoughts scrambled, but I didn't get out. Next, a 60-minute fasted workout. Bodyweight circuits, ruck squats, stair sprints. Zero music. Just a countdown timer and my breath. ChatGPT said silence builds inner noise discipline. By 6 a.m., I had suffered more than I usually do in an entire day. Then came the still. 15 minutes of seated silence. No phone, no journal, just eyes closed and listening. The AI said this is how operators reset, not with distraction, but with presence. I hated that more than the workout. My mind flailed, but eventually it quieted a little. The rest of the day was ruthlessly structured. Work blocks divided by 90-20 sprints. Every task got a mission briefing. What's the target? What's the outcome? What's the fallback if it fails? Lunch was fuel, not pleasure. Protein, greens, hydration, no seasoning, no scrolling. Eat like it's ammo, not entertainment. By 2 p.m., I wanted out. My body ached. My brain wanted dopamine. But the AI said that's the point. Discomfort is data. Each evening ended with a brutal accountability debrief. A 3-column journal. Mission met, mission missed. Lessons. No fluff. Just facts. I realized how often I let myself slide, rationalize, coast. The next day started the same. Ice, work, stillness. But I moved faster. Thought cleaner. The first lesson of this week was, friction creates sharpness. Day 3 hit hard. The AI called it Mental Armor Day. I had to list every weakness I avoid confronting, every excuse I default to, every emotional trigger I let rule me. Then, record a 2-minute voice note repeating the opposite. I'm not tired, I'm capable, I choose the hard path. It felt culty. But something shifted. Every time I wanted to quit a sprint or scroll or skip the journaling, I remembered that voice, and I kept going. By day 4, the AI introduced controlled adversity. I had to choose one thing that would cause discomfort, on purpose. I picked a 24-hour fast. No food, just water, electrolytes, and breath work. The first 6 hours were fine. Then came the cravings, the headaches, the boredom. But the clarity was unreal. My mind became quiet, intentional. I got more done that day than any other. On day 5, the AI hit me with zero complain mode. For 24 hours, no complaining, not allowed, not in thought. I had to catch myself, reframe, and redirect every time I noticed negativity. This was surprisingly hard, not just because complaining is easy, but because it's invisible. By midday, I realized I complain more in my head than I ever say out loud, and it kills momentum. The AI ended the day with a brutal test, an all-out 90-minute physical challenge. As many push-ups, sit-ups, squats, burpees as I could do, just to remind me what emptying the tank really feels like. Day 6 was silent service. No social media, no entertainment, no speaking unless essential. The point? Reconnect to purpose. The AI said, "Your voice is a weapon. Use it with precision." I journaled like mad that day. Thoughts I hadn't accessed in years came through. Ideas for work, insights about relationships, patterns I hadn't seen before. In silence, I heard myself. And on day 7, the final phase began. The AI called it legacy mode. I had to wake up, write my own obituary, not as a morbid task, but as a mission. What do you want said about how you lived, how you served, what you left behind? Then I had to live the day like it was the prologue to that story. That day I moved different. I didn't rush. I didn't scroll. I didn't chase. I executed. Every word I spoke felt sharper. Every task I touched felt cleaner. Every minute felt like it counted. By the end of the week, I wasn't stronger. I wasn't richer. I wasn't better looking. But I was different. I felt rebuilt. This wasn't a motivational week. It was surgical. The AI didn't care about my comfort. It cared about creating a system for integrity. It used the mindset of the world's most disciplined operators and made it accessible to someone like me, soft, distracted, addicted to ease. And when I followed it, I felt my excuses evaporate. Pain became data, stillness became a weapon, and time became sacred again. I don't think I could live this way forever. But now I know I can tap into that part of me when I need it. When life gets loud, when my focus slips, when I want to shrink back. And all it took was letting an AI show me what relentless looks like. If you want more experiments like this, where I give AI total control of my life for a week, hit subscribe. The next one might just break me or rebuild me